In this unit, you studied comparative and superlative adjectives and adverbs. You also studied expressions like much better than and just as good as. Let's take another look at what you learned. Jill has just come back from a holiday in Japan. She and her friend Simon are chatting about it. Listen to their conversation.
My favourite place was Kyoto. I think it's the loveliest city in Japan.
Yeah, I've heard that Kyoto isn't as busy as Tokyo and places like that.
I think you're right. The people seem to live more peacefully than in Tokyo. Oh, and Kyoto has the tastiest food I've ever eaten.
Jill and Simon compare the city of Kyoto with other parts of Japan. Simon says it isn't as busy as Tokyo. Not as plus adjective plus as means that two things are not equal. In other words, Tokyo is busier than Kyoto. Jill thinks that the people in Kyoto live more peacefully than in Tokyo. When we compare adverbs, we usually use more plus the adverb. Jill also says Kyoto has the tastiest food I've ever eaten. We often use the present perfect plus ever with superlatives. We can also use in after a superlative to explain what we're comparing something against. Jill thinks Kyoto is the loveliest city in Japan. She is only comparing it with other cities in Japan, not the world. Let's look at a table with comparatives and superlatives. The spelling of comparative and superlative adjectives depends on how long the adjective is. However, there are a few adjectives that don't follow the rules, like more tired or the simplest. There are a number of words or phrases we can use with comparatives and superlatives. Look at these sentences. You can add a lot, much, far, or even to say there is a big difference between two things. You can add slightly, a bit, or a little to say the difference is quite small. We can add words to as plus adjective plus as, or not as plus adjective plus as, to give more information. Look at these sentences. We use just as, to show two things are equal. We use not quite as, to show two things are nearly equal but not quite. We use not nearly as, to show there is a big difference. When you are ready, go to the activity. Is the grammar correct? Choose yes or no.